This is exciting that you picked up on the message, and it was amazing to get to see our song, and you're talking about our song and the story on your show, and our friends sending it to us, and it means it's a big deal for us to get some exposure from up here in the CBC. So it was exciting, and here we are now. So this is amazing. It's early, but that's fine. Let's do it.
We're thrilled to have you here. I was talking about your beautiful space. You're surrounded by wood and there's guitars on the wall. Is it a recording studio or just a beautiful part of your home?
Yep. This is just a little little home studio. I live at Goose Creek, which is a little bit out of the city of Churchill, about 10, 15 minutes away in a cottage area. And so, we make do with what we can here. So, we just put whatever we found wood on the walls, and this is a bit of a little studio. So we do live streaming as a band and different things in the arts kind of community in the north. So, we do quite a lot of virtual stuff, being a small community and remote. So, this kind of virtual stuff is important.
Now, before we get to the meaning behind the song, people can probably hear from your accent that you moved to Churchill from Australia some 8 years ago now. What brought you there?
Well, I was just traveling with my girlfriend, Canada. She wanted to come to Canada after we traveled her country, France, and Australia and New Zealand. And let's just go do one little unique experience in Canada and really get something special before we go home. And then we came to Churchill, and I worked in tourism in hospitality, and that was just for a bear season. There's a polar bear season here we're in the middle of it right now. And polar bears roaming the streets. Well, I just wanted to come here and do whatever I can so I can see some polar bears. And the community just kind of, I kind of fell in love with Churchill. I mean, I could play my gigs here and music here, and there's opportunities in a small community. If you have something to offer, then there's always something you can get back from it as well. It's a relationship that you build over time in a small community, and there was also pathways to get our citizenship, which we now have. I'm a New Zealander, Australian, Canadian, and so is my 4-year-old boy as well. So we've fully settled into this little town. It's just awesome up here.
I love that. And so your boy will grow up with the bear alarms when the bears are in town. I've been to Churchill. It always caused me a lot of stress, but I suppose living up there, you're used to it. Who was Bear 33?
Well, Bear 33. Well, I was researching different little stories and ideas to write a new album. I wrote a solo album first called Smiling Like a Sundog. Oh, there it is right there. Thank you very much. Smiling Like a Sundog.
Show it, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like an acoustic. I'd done all the stuff myself. Then researching a new album, and we got the guys in to form this band called Days on Land. Bear 33 was something that kept popping up from stories I'd hear from tour guys like Leroy Whitmore and others that would talk about this polar bear. They used to they still do sort of tag the bears, the problem bears. If there's a bear that comes in, it's walking around town, and they need to get rid of it because it's where it shouldn't be, and you want to teach it a lesson so it doesn't keep coming back with that human contact. They take the bear and they put it into the polar bear holding facility, or the polar bear jail. And it's a huge, big, old, repurposed from the military days, a big old hangar, and it's got a beautiful big polar bear mural. You'll see it in some pictures of Churchill. But that's where they put the bears for a good couple of weeks or whatever, just to isolate them and know that that's going to happen to them if they want to come too close to the humans. And they used to paint certain bears, like huge, big numbers on them, like big black numbers. They just put a little dot of color on them now, but they used to paint them. And this number 33, then they'd tranquilize them and airlift them in a helicopter somewhere out in the Hudson Bay or somewhere where they can just go and live their lives peacefully away from the town. And number 33 kept coming back, and that didn't happen too often. And so he created a relationship with Jack. He's notorious himself as being just someone who just lives and breathes polar bears, and he's retired now. He's on the video that you're showing now. And
is he in your band, or is he just a guy in Churchill?
He's a guy in Churchill. He's a bit quiet. I couldn't get him on for an interview or anything, but that's our keyboard player who's playing Jack in the video.
Okay.
And there's Bear 33. Okay, so
we're watching on Zoom, by the way. Yeah.
So they have a relationship. Those, Bear 33 kept coming back, Jack chasing them away, and it just turned into a legend, and everyone just kept saying Bear 33. So just fleshed that out into a rock song, and it's just going guns, and people are loving it, and it's a funny little music video. So yeah, it's going good.
I love that. It's just so much fun that it actually has a true story behind it. I saw the dots on the bears. I didn't see the numbers. So it's interesting that back in the day, they used to actually put the numbers on the side of them so you know in that way. How did you all find each other, all of the musicians in Churchill? Because this is one song on a new album, as you mentioned, that was written and recorded there. Did you start doing your solo stuff and someone heard you? How did you all form your group?
Yeah, well, when these songs started, when I started writing the new songs, it was clear that, I wanted to make it more of a community effort. And, any opportunity that we can turn something into a community sort of project, we will, especially when we had funding to do certain workshops and things. So let's get the musicians together from the town, turn it into a band. And we have music engineers here doing workshops. So during that workshop, that's when we recorded the album. So it just came through sort of naturally and organically that way. But
Beautiful.
It turns out that Jeremy, who works as a plumber and Mr. Fix-It in the tour company, he plays an amazing keyboard. Okay, he's a keyboard player, and and Joe Stover plays all sorts of instruments, and he's just a character, and he learned the bass guitar. Do you know Joe? You're right.
Yeah. You know what? I think a lot of people know Joe. Say hi to Joe.
Yeah.
Every time we've been in Churchill, he's given us some kind of a story or interview because he knows everything up in those parts. Next time CBC is there, we will certainly come and hang out with your band. I'm cutting our conversation off because we want to get the whole tune in, Roy. And thank you so much for sharing the story with us. Where can people are you on Facebook, socials? Where can they follow your group?
Absolutely. Just search, Days on Land from Facebook to YouTube to Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. Listen to the song and the whole album, and we'd love to know what the listeners think. Thank you so much, Marcy.
Here's Days in the Land and Bear 33. Thanks, Roy. Take care.
And snow in my thoughts alone, I just wander on. I am the endless seas, that's how it's meant to be. Long grass on a silent beach, I can be hard to find. Down by the flats on the riverside, I could smell a caribou hide. Under the lights of the aurora, well, I didn't get too far. It was a sneak attack. How Jack know I was coming back this time? I'll be doing time. Jack would play, he'd set me bolting across the bay. I won't forget that face. But a bear can wait. Down by the fort where the cannons lay, sliding in the water. I'm coming over under the lights of the aurora, where I didn't get too far. It was a sneak attack. How Jack know I was coming back this time? I'll be doing time. I'm Bear 33. I'm wild and I'm free. You never know where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna be.
Bear 33 from Days in the Land. We were in conversation earlier with Roy Mexted, who's a guitarist and vocalist for them. Check them out online, or if you're up in Churchill, maybe you'll check them out in person. Such a fun video, too, if you're watching on Facebook, rather on YouTube this morning.